We got lucky at the end on fuel mileage to get second place. We ran real good. We found some speed at the end of the last practice, and the race started. The car was pretty good, and we worked on it. I think we made it even better in the race, and we worked our way. Man, it's so hard to pass here, so hard. It's just awful hard to pass, and worst I ever seen it. And so starting where we did, it just wasn't easy. And we finally got to, right outside that top 10 and was looking good for the last 100 laps. And I went to searching for some more speed and busted my butt up there in a 3 and 4 and cost us all the spots we worked for all day. But it also gave Steve the chance to play the strategy game, and where you got to, when that caution came out that we came and got fuel, we put ourselves in a one-stop scenario where everybody else didn't pit. They can't give up the track position because it's so hard to pass. So they stayed out there knowing they'd have to come down a pit road twice, and that was a gamble we took. And the race could have had a caution and changed everybody's strategy, but worked out for us and ranked green to the end. We had a good car. We didn't have a second-place car, not at all, but we had a top 10 car, and it was so hot out there today. I mean, I felt fine until I got stopped. And I don't know how everybody else felt after that race, but it worked on me pretty good. We've had some runs where we drove ourselves into the positions where we finished. We finished well by running well and by getting lucky. And that's what championship teams do. And you always scratch your head when, Jimmy and them guys look like they're out of it. Next thing you know, they turn around at the end of the race and they're right there in the middle of it. And you're like, how in the world? So now I guess I'm on the side of that fence. I see some of it and see why it happens. That's a good point. I mean, I did feel like I was told that was the race for the win, and I genuinely believe what Steve was telling me. I didn't think the two would make it, but he saved a lot of gas. I mean, he did a great job. And I was faster than Denny the last 100 laps of the race. There was a stretch where we were running. I could tell I was running him down. I'm sitting there running, behind the 9, the 43, and all those guys pretty much all day long. But throughout a tire run, I'd come off a 2 and look in the corner, and I'd start seeing guys up in the top 15, top 10 that I was running down. I'd see more and more of them as the run went on. So we had a great car. And it was fun racing Denny. I don't get to race him too much. About 60 laps in the race, the caution come out, and I was just real hot. And I said, I just thought, I was like, I'd be surprised if this heat don't really bother me by the end of this race. But they threw a couple of wax bags in there, and that helped out a ton. And plus, we had something at stake at the end of the race, which would get anybody up on their seat. And I felt fine until I got out. He was telling me that whole run, we're good. 11 might be short. We're good. We're fine. And then we got within 10 to go. He's like, back it down a little bit. Back it down. I'm like, well, I can catch the 2. He's real slow. And he's like, back it down, back it up to that 11. I'm like, why? What? I thought we was good. But he said, no, we're going to run out right to flag stand. And it did. It was red. The gauge was red. It ran out off of back straightaway. But so I was backing her down, doing what he said. I don't know. If I could have caught Brad, he'd have probably stepped it up, and who knows how much gas he had left. But we did what we had to do. I'm happy. Everybody's different, but me and him get along great, and he's a good crew chief. He's real smart with the cars. He's not afraid to try what he sees other people doing, and he's just sharp. I mean, we all can do better and be better at our job, but right now it's working out. We're getting along great, and running good, and hopefully we can keep it up. It's going along good. I'm not going to do anything to mess it up. I'm going to try hard to stay on the positive side and work hard right along with him, give him everything he needs.